My dear sisters and brothers, themes of this Sunday are peace and divine mercy. First of all, have a question for us. What is peace? What is peace? How do you think about peace? Do you have a definition of peace? What is peace? Well, is peace merely the absence of conflict or confrontation? Do you think that? Peace is not have not a conflict or a confrontation. Or peace is the absence of troubled things in our life. Do you think that? A little bit, Mr. Kid. Thank you. Well, whatever the word means by peace, Jesus certainly means the great deal in today's gospel. When he said not once, but 3 times, peace be with you. When I read the gospel, I proclaim the gospel to you, I read slowly, peace be with you. This comes from Jesus' mouth. The peace of Jesus is peace between God and humanity. A peace that have been broken since the sins of Adam and Eve. Jesus, who is fully God and fully human, has by his death and resurrection brought us back into union with God. The reason Jesus comes to his fearful disciples announcing that he had brought peace between us and God, the most important peace there can possibly be. So, in other words, we can say peace is not come from feeling. Peace is not emotion. Peace is a state. Peace is state. When Adam and Eve make a sin, so the human fall into the state of sin. The state of sin. Through the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, the Son of God, he restores us from the state of sin to the state of grace. This is peace of us. This is peace. This is truly peace. This is true peace. And the state of grace or peace come from Jesus through his mercy. Through his mercy. So that's why today, in the second Easter Sunday, we celebrate the Divine Mercy Sunday. Because Jesus, Son of God, loves us. Even though when we were unlovable, Jesus died out of love for us. And he even died to heal that relationship, knowing we could break it again He knows that we easy to fall into the sin again, but He still loves us. That's why Jesus empowers His apostle to share His mercy with others through the forgiveness of sins by the sacrament of reconciliation. Holy Papa Francis had recently said about the sacrament of reconciliation that without doubt among the sacraments, it is that of reconciliation that best show the merciful face of God. The sacraments of reconciliation, the best way, show the merciful of God. We must never forget that there is no sin that God cannot forgive. None. And no one God cannot forgive. None. Only what is hidden from divine mercy cannot be forgiven. Like those that hide themselves from the sun cannot be illuminated or warmed from the sun. Obviously, God loves us even when we act against His love. God waits for us. He pursues us. He calls out to us. He invites us. He commands us and even tries to woo us back to Him when we sin. He never stops loving us. And He wants us to know the true peace that only comes from a living relationship with Him. Peace be with you. My peace I give to you, not as the world gives do, I give it to you. Jesus said these words in His disciple at the Last Supper in John's Gospel. And the priest echoed Jesus just after the Lord's Prayer during Mass. The peace of Jesus is not a live and let live peace. It is an I live and I want you to share my life peace. Jesus gets close to us. He gets involved with us. He will not just leave us alone. And He does want us to leave others alone. He wants nothing less than for everyone to share His life forever. So now, our turn, my sister and brothers. We need to get involved, not just to care, but to show that we care. We need to invest our time and attention in other people's and to invite them to share the life Jesus has given us. That is what it means to be merciful. What is peace from Jesus? When Jesus gave Beatitudes in the Sermon on the Mount, He said that the merciful and peacemaker are blessed. Blessed. Hopefully, each one of us here will be called blessed every day. Amen.